Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Police Pursuit. Today we launch a new fresh series when people messed with the wrong cops.
On the ground!
Every reckless choice flips on instant justice mode. Buckle up, let's roll right now, folks. On February 1st, 2024, a Marion County deputy responded to a call at the Forest Shopping Center in Silver Springs, Florida, involving a woman attempting to steal car keys. When the deputy arrived, the suspect approached and pretended to be the caller. Moments later, she suddenly entered a vehicle through the passenger side window and fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit that lasted about 4.5 miles.
No. It's so fast, she just got in my car, took off. Eastbound on Highway 40 past the substation. Were you the one who called us?
Yes. I'm still really shaking. Okay, thank you. Now.
Did you know her?
No, she tried to take my keys.
We know her.
Oh. She tried to reach in and grab the keys from my vehicle. At first, she asked me for a ride, said she needed to get out of this place.
During the chase, the suspect drove with extreme recklessness, crossing into oncoming lanes, ignoring traffic signals, and reaching speeds of up to 125 miles per hour. Her dangerous actions placed countless drivers at risk as officers worked to safely contain the situation and prevent further harm. Police deployed spike strips ahead to safely disable the stolen vehicle, forcing it to slow down and stop. This controlled tactic highlights how strategic intervention can prevent further danger and protect innocent lives. Authorities deployed stop sticks in an effort to end the pursuit, but the suspect attempted to avoid them, lost control, and crashed into another vehicle.
This is so wrong.
Are you on?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
I guess Woody left his car open and they're dealing with this crazy lady and she stole his car.
They call her?
The collision resulted in multiple fatalities and left another victim critically injured. This tragic incident highlights the devastating consequences of reckless decisions and reinforces that fleeing from law enforcement can lead to irreversible loss and harm. On March 8, 2025, Florida Highway Patrol troopers identified a suspected drug trafficker traveling on I-275 near St. Petersburg. When officers attempted a traffic stop, the driver refused to comply and sped away, initiating a brief but dangerous pursuit. To quickly reduce the risk, a trooper executed a controlled pit maneuver, disabling the vehicle. As officers approached to make the arrest, the suspect reached for a loaded handgun, suddenly escalating the situation and posing an immediate threat to everyone involved.
Oh, man!
In a split-second response, a trooper intervened and prevented the suspect from accessing the weapon, allowing officers to safely take him into custody. He now faces multiple serious charges. This incident highlights how quickly danger can escalate and reinforces the importance of decisive action and compliance to prevent harm.
What's that?
In Berrien County, Michigan, on June 30th, 2025, Deputy Cal Landon responded to a report of a vehicle parked on private property. While attempting to identify the individual, 48-year-old Joshua Coffey suddenly fled on foot, leading the deputy into a nearby park.
Thank you. Tom Charles Sam, 451 Indiana Commemorative. Really? You're gonna get one running for me on foot on South 3rd Street, heading south. Stop! You're gonna get tased! You're gonna get tased! Get on the ground now!
Body camera footage showed Coffey appearing to surrender before unexpectedly drawing a firearm and firing 2 shots.
Hey, shots fired, South 3rd Street. One suspect down.
Deputy Landon, initially holding a taser, quickly reacted by transitioning to his service weapon and returning fire, fatally striking Coffey to stop the immediate threat.
Oh my God. Berrien, run medic, call supervisor.
Deputy Sabrina Larata arrived shortly after and found Coffey deceased, still holding the firearm. Authorities later located a woman associated with him. Though details remain under investigation, Deputy Landon has been placed on administrative leave following standard protocol. The incident highlights the unpredictability of encounters and the importance of situational awareness. On July 22, 2025, Trooper Dela Cruz responded to reports of a stolen silver Toyota Tundra traveling southbound on U.S. Highway 98 in Polk County, Florida. The vehicle was soon located as multiple Lakeland police units attempted a traffic stop, but the driver refused and accelerated, initiating a high-speed pursuit through city streets. During the chase, the suspect drove recklessly across several roads, making sharp turns and reaching speeds of up to 120 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. He ran red lights, entered oncoming lanes, and nearly caused multiple collisions, especially in residential areas, placing innocent lives at significant risk. Trooper Dela Cruz briefly took a lead position before disengaging after a minor collision with another unit. The pursuit continued with assisting agencies until it was safely terminated near Fletcher Avenue and South Comby Road. The driver, identified as Michael Ray Miller, was arrested without further incident. Records showed his license had been suspended multiple times. This case highlights how reckless decisions behind the wheel can escalate danger and lead to serious legal consequences. In Benton City, Arkansas, police responded to a reported burglary at Walmart when the suspect fled in a dark blue Honda Civic. Officers quickly located the vehicle, and a pursuit began from a parking lot onto Interstate 30, with Arkansas State Police assisting in the operation. During the chase, the suspect drove recklessly at high speed, weaving through traffic and creating serious danger for other motorists. On the highway, officers executed a pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and crash into a concrete median. The impact led to smoke and flames from the engine, increasing the urgency of the situation.
Get your fucking hands up! Hands up, both of you now! Hands out the wheel! Hands out the window! Hands out the window! Passenger, hands up! I got him. Got him?
Officers quickly surrounded the vehicle, removed the driver, and extinguished the fire before it spread. She was taken into custody and now faces serious charges, including fleeing. This case highlights how coordinated action between agencies can stop dangerous situations, while also emphasizing that reckless attempts to escape only lead to greater risks and consequences. On March 27, 2026, an Arkansas State Police trooper attempted to stop a green Chevrolet Silverado traveling along a busy urban roadway. Instead of complying, the driver continued forward, weaving through traffic and ignoring signals to stop. What began as a routine enforcement action quickly escalated into a developing pursuit as the suspect moved through active intersections during daytime traffic.
Logan, the net. So he's down. Contact. He's not going to tell them to give me up on how. Speed 35, no traffic. You're behind me, Robert. get behind here, don't go back and check on the truth of the vehicle back there in the first.
As the situation progressed, the risks increased significantly. The truck's open bed contained loose debris that visibly shifted while the vehicle accelerated, creating additional hazards for nearby motorists. The driver maneuvered unpredictably, braking suddenly and pushing through congested traffic, forcing other vehicles to react quickly to avoid potential collisions. Meanwhile, the trooper maintained a controlled but close following distance, carefully balancing enforcement with public safety.
Directing that lower.
With additional units responding, officers began coordinating a controlled stop while navigating the crowded roadway. The incident highlights how unsafe driving decisions, especially with unsecured loads, can rapidly endanger others. The driver now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing and reckless driving. This case reinforces the importance of compliance and proper vehicle safety, reminding drivers that responsible choices can prevent dangerous situations and protect lives.
Copy TV.
He's trying to really back into the troopers.
Get the canine up here. Right.
Get to the point! Get to the point.
In the early morning hours of March 29, 2026, an Arkansas State Police trooper observed a blue Dodge Charger traveling at high speed on Interstate 55. After confirming the vehicle was moving at 93 miles per hour in a 75 miles per hour zone, the trooper activated emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop. Instead of complying, the driver accelerated and continued southbound, turning the situation into a high-speed pursuit. As the chase unfolded, speeds quickly escalated beyond 140 miles per hour over multiple miles of open interstate. Although traffic was light and weather conditions were clear, the extreme speeds still posed a serious danger to anyone on the roadway. The trooper maintained control and a steady pursuit distance, carefully managing the situation while tracking the suspect's movements along the highway. This incident demonstrates how a simple speeding violation can rapidly escalate into a high-risk event with severe consequences. The driver now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing and reckless driving. It serves as an important reminder that failing to yield to law enforcement not only increases danger, but also leads to far more serious legal outcomes than the initial violation. At 11:05 p.m. on July 8, 2023, in Hillsborough County, Florida, a white Porsche Panamera driven by Craig Travis Lee was clocked at 110 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone on I-4 near mile marker 24.5, prompting a high-speed pursuit by the Florida Highway Patrol. Lee reached speeds of 153 miles per hour, aggressively weaving through traffic, disabling his headlights, and crossing into oncoming lanes after exiting at Thonotosassa Road, nearly causing multiple collisions.
Yep, I got him. Hit!
A precise pit maneuver by Trooper Saunders forced the Porsche off the road, but Lee regained control and deliberately rammed a patrol vehicle twice before crashing into a fence and utility pole, ending the chase.
Hey, just signal for me. Just signal. Oh, shit! What the fuck?
Singapore! Open your hands! Open your hands! Get over there!
Lee was arrested without resistance. Narcan was administered at the scene, and he was taken to the hospital for evaluation. Investigators later discovered he was a habitual traffic offender, with numerous prior violations, further emphasizing the severe threat his actions posed to public safety. Late on the night of March 2nd, 2026, an Arkansas State Police trooper observed a black Ford Fusion leaving a gas station near Highway 70 in Saline County. After checking the vehicle information, the trooper positioned behind it and attempted to initiate a traffic stop near Case Lane. Emergency lights and siren were activated, signaling the driver to pull over. Instead of complying, the driver continued westbound along Highway 70, prompting the situation to escalate. The trooper maintained a controlled position behind the vehicle, closely monitoring its movements while assessing the safest way to manage the developing encounter. With a passenger still inside, the situation required additional caution, as both occupants' safety and that of other road users remained a priority.
State Police
He crawled up a ridge line I can't get up. He's running eastbound towards Fairplay. Yeah, he crossed a couple little cliff almost. I can't get up it. Start 1016, there's an elderly female still in the car when I left. Yeah, well, I'm good.
This incident highlights how even a routine stop can evolve when a driver fails to comply with lawful commands. The driver now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing and driving on a suspended license. It serves as a reminder that cooperation during traffic stops is essential, as attempts to avoid law enforcement only increase risk, complicate the situation, and lead to more serious legal consequences. On March 31st, 2022, in Ohio, Officer Dominic Francis gave his life in the line of duty, becoming the first Bluffton officer lost on the job in nearly 100 years. It all started around 2 a.m. when Ohio State troopers spotted a black Infiniti speeding down the interstate. The driver refused to stop, triggering a 130-mile-per-hour chase. Officer Francis was part of a stop-stick team attempting to disable the fleeing vehicle, but as the suspect swerved to avoid the spikes, he collided with Officer Francis. The vehicle crashed nearby and 3 suspects fled on foot. Tragically, Officer Francis did not survive. An hour later, one suspect stole a Toyota Prius, another was arrested in a nearby neighborhood, and the third remained on the run. Every officer in Ohio was now hunting for that Prius. They finally spotted it on Interstate 71 near Medina, and this time, there was no escape.
39.
During the pursuit, an officer briefly stepped out to inspect damage to his cruiser, but it wasn't bad enough to keep him out of the fight. Moments later, the suspect crashed and officers closed in.
Come on!
The driver, 21-year-old Emily Johnson, later pleaded guilty to 6 charges, including tampering with evidence and involuntary manslaughter. He was sentenced to 26 years in prison. The other 2 men, Dante Tate and Zachary Love, took plea deals for lesser charges. One officer lost his life, but his fellow officers never stopped until justice was served. In Escambia County, a high-stakes pursuit ensued after a driver attempted to flee a traffic stop near Unter Avenue, blatantly disregarding police commands to pull over. The suspect recklessly accelerated, crashing into the officer's vehicle and forcing the officer to swerve off the road to avoid a collision.
Baby, he's out at Pensacola Memorial Gardens. Vehicle's wrecked out.
The chase finally ended when the suspect's vehicle veered off the road, landing in a ditch near Pensacola Memorial Gardens. With quick action from Officer BDN and K9 Maddox, the suspect was swiftly apprehended. The individual was later charged, with bail set at $22,500.